Welcome in. We are back at it. No surprise here, but as usual, here I am. Ahead of kickoff, answering your start sit questions. So if you have them, please ask them. I thought I saw some earlier, but they seem to have disappeared, which I don't appreciate. Let's see. In any case, you guys ask them. I will get them answered. That is literally the whole point of me being here. But until then, let's see. Tonight we have the 49ers versus the Seahawks. Again, don't think you're too worried about anybody that's playing tonight. Your biggest upside is probably coming from DK having a big day. I would expect Walker to be fine. He continues to really control that backfield. Outside of that, it could be anybody. I mean, you're definitely starting your 49ers. The only one that you probably aren't, that I would be okay not starting, actually, is Ayuk, just because I don't think this is the right matchup for him. So staying away from that the best I can. Man, it's weird. I could have sworn I saw questions earlier. But any case, we will continue to roll through. If you guys have questions, ask them, and I will get them answered. Because, yeah. Oh, sweet. There's one. Welcome, Andrew. JSN or Jawan Jennings? It's JSN. I don't think Jennings has a whole lot of a role now that everybody's back and healthy. Again, sorry, you guys. I don't know why I'm having issues with not seeing the comment. But there's at least one. And I could have sworn I saw it a bunch earlier, but oh well. So, yeah. JSN, I think the Seahawks are going to have to throw. I think, again, 49ers are probably going to get up. They have scored like 5 touchdowns in the first half already, but then they slow down in the second half. Shouldn't be too surprising there. Smith is also a pretty good option, so staying away from that. Yeah, again, that one becomes a little more difficult. I'm more worried that the Texans are going to be able to kind of do whatever they want. It's a pretty good matchup for them. And with Nico out, I'm more willing to play Purdy and just roll with the best I can. So, unfortunately, I'm going to go Purdy this week. I really don't love Stroud just because I think the matchup's too easy. So, good luck, Andrew. Oh, yeah, Dan, what's up? Does Mason have a better game this week? Yes. Seahawks haven't been anything spectacular against the run. They've been really hit or miss, which is extremely frustrating. But just how it goes sometimes. So going to be rolling that the best you can. Unless you just have like a much better option, you're probably going to play him. And unfortunately, you have to. Sorry, getting distracted by everybody else. All right. So, any case, looking for bets tonight. It's going to be harder to kind of just decide. A lot of good options. Probably going to take Walker for a touchdown. Probably going to take Mason for a touchdown. Wouldn't be surprised if DK would be another one that I'm looking at. And then, assuming Kittle goes, I think he would be the other one. Debo has really just been kind of scared of the end zone, it seems like, this year. So, kind of nervous on that. Also, last week with the Seahawks just completely giving up on the run made me really nervous on Walker. Didn't like that at all. So, Dave, welcome in. Jennings, Lazard, Hopkins, PPR, need one. That's tough. I would go Hopkins just because I think that's an easy matchup. The Colts are really just giving it up. Everybody's leaning Ridley, but I still think it's going to be Hopkins over Ridley. Jennings, again, has been kind of relegated with Debo and Ayuk both being healthy. And then Lazard, with the coaching change, I'm just really nervous that they focus on giving the ball to Wilson as much as possible. And so, going to stay away from the best I can. All right, Andrew, being on here. It's always, how it goes. It seems like every year it gets worse and worse. And so, in anything I can do to help, any way I can help, I'm trying to, and just hoping for the best. But it's definitely difficult. With it again being so frustrating for everybody. I feel like it's consistently just being such a pain for anybody playing fantasy. If these have been your first couple of experiences, the past 2 years have just been insane. It's terrifying. I don't like any of it. So I don't like it. And I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. CMC looks like he's potentially going to be back. Richardson's playing this week. Mixon is close. He's at least back in practice, so there's a plus. Or sorry, Mixon. Yeah, I said Mixon. Puka is still 2 or 3 weeks away. And then Ingram, I believe, is back at practice. So there's hope on the horizon. I think CMC really being out has hurt a lot of people, and then Puka has been another one. I did see that Matthew tweeted that he was on 15% of rosters who have 0 wins. Had CMC as their number one option. So again, shouldn't be too surprised by that, but just how it goes. So yeah. Let's see. Games I'm kind of targeting for bets, or just even straight up money lines. Packers beating the Cardinals. They gave them 5.5 points. Colts are actually favored against the Titans. So I would much rather go Tennessee. I think that game's going to be a lot closer than people expect. Granted, it is a division game, so those are always wonky. The next one I'm looking at is probably going to be, I guess the biggest spread right now is the Eagles are 9.5 point favorites against the Browns. And that's terrifying. So, nope. What did you say here? CMC this year, yeah. Yeah, I completely understand. I just, again, just how it goes, unfortunately. These past few years has been a rough streak. I mean, currently I'm struggling. Don't have Cup, and I've had to switch out different people. Luckily, Daniels has been my go-to quarterback, which has been a massive help. Hey, Josh, welcome back. Guessing that's AJ Brown, Evans, DK, Ayuk. It's probably going to be Brown and DK. Again, I just don't trust Ayuk, and so staying away from that best I can. And then Evans has this horrible history against Lattimore and the Saints. So until that changes, staying away from that too. He's more likely going to be somebody that you are hoping gets in the end zone, because historically has not been good for Evans. All right, Dan, what you got here? Who do you drop? Wicks or A-Rich for a QB, so we don't roll. Yeah, I'm fine dropping him for Cousins. I think Cousins is the most safe option of these. And then Caleb has really great matchups for like the next 4 weeks. But still rookie, not quite trusting on that either. So, and then if you're able to and have the cojones to do it, Daniel Jones. That would be the order I kind of have them in right now. A lot of upside. Geno's fine. Again, I'm just worried that they get hit near the end zone and Walker takes it in and just kind of hurts him. Yeah. Well, that's historically how it's gone. So until that changes, you should be fine. All right. So, man, been pretty quiet again. Thought there'd be more with all the potential fantasy assets this week, but no luck, huh? Okay. Let's see. Another big line that I'm kind of surprised at. I'm going to take plus 6.5. The Commanders versus the Ravens right now. They're giving Baltimore 6.5 points, and I think the Commanders can actually stay in this game. And 6.5 is kind of a big number. So, gonna roll that out. Outside of that, the rest of this is just not ideal. I probably would take, so the Lions and Cowboys have the over-under of 52.5. So that's pretty high. That means each team is scoring roughly 27. Do you think the Lions can do that? So I'd probably hit the over on that. Oh, so drop Wicks yeah, I'm fine with either of them, honestly. I would drop Wicks because with Watson back at practice and Dobbs only being out for disciplinary reasons because he's tired of just running and not getting the ball. Yeah. He's probably still going to be out there, but it's going to be the same cardio workout. So safe to say Taylor's out and give Sermon the nod. Yeah. I mean, again, because of what we believe it is, which is a high ankle, Sermon should have at least this week and potentially next week. And will be probably the only consistent piece, especially with Richardson coming back. It just really scares me off of everybody. The one-eyed and Pittman also having a back issue makes me nervous for that as well. Does give me hope for Pierce, though. He might be a home run shot this week. Jerome, welcome. Need a flex. Rashad White, Xavier Hudson, or Dare. Golly, that's brutal. It's probably still going to be White, but you have to watch because right now he's dealing with an injury. Just popped up today. Let me double check what it was. Yeah, it's a foot injury. Hutchinson is again a dart throw at best, and then same kind of thing with Dare with Pierce potentially being back, and even potentially Mixon being back could also be an issue to that. So right now it seems like White, but you have to watch to make sure he's healthy. Again, be back Sunday down here. So Court, welcome. Lockett or Hopkins. I'm probably going to go Lockett because I trust the offense more, but I think Hopkins has a pretty nice day. It's just deciding if it's going to be him or Ridley and trusting Levis to actually get the ball out and not just hand it off to Tony Pollard. So depends on what you're looking for. I'd roll out Hopkins because I think it's safer, but completely understand you playing Lockett. What's up, Mike? Been a minute. Again, Gino's going to have to throw. The 49ers have been able to score in the first half of games. And so given that gives JSN plenty of upside. He has been really having great targets. So until that changes, I'm sticking with him. But you have to make sure the game script is that they are going to have to throw, which tonight they should. So completely fine playing that and rolling it out. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm hoping he gets a touchdown. Right now I have him down for 16 PPR points because I think he goes 8 for 80. Honestly, and I think that's right about where you want. Tank, should I start Pollard or Mixon if he comes back? I would take Pollard because I love the matchup for him, and I'm worried that Mixon not logging a full practice yet. If he does play, he will be on a snap count. So much rather roll with Pollard there. JSN or Neighbors. Just because it doesn't look like Neighbors is going to be cleared, you kind of have to roll out JSN. If you have other options, I would definitely be looking for that. But until then, I mean, holding out, not having another option is terrifying for me. So good luck. Wrath of Skittles. Love it. Okay, start JSN or take a chance. B Robs. Just because of the fact that I am already limited for Robinson, it makes me nervous. I mean, he is dealing with an injury. Eckler's being used in the passing game, and then McNichols is coming in and just tanking everybody else. So until that changes, I'm going to, if it's especially in any kind of PPR, it's JSN. If you have other options, I'd gladly walk through them and give you a better idea of what you could play instead. But unfortunately, because we aren't sure of how serious it is, I do think Robinson plays, just I'm not sure to what extent. Jace, welcome. Start Debo or DK. I'm going to go DK just because I don't like how they've been using Debo, and at some point, DK has to have a big game. It has to come, and so I think he goes over 100 yards tonight. We'll see if that actually happens because he needs to. The Win Taka, love it. JSN Ridley, it's half. I'm terrified. It's really a toss-up between Ridley. I know that they say that his matchup is better, but I think that Levis actually likes Hopkins more. Ridley is more big play dependent, so I'm going to take the safer option, JSN, just based on pure volume. Makes it a little easier. Tanner, welcome. JSN or Dell? I wish Dell was fully healthy. He's still dealing with injury. He was shot in the offseason. There's a lot of potential upside in this game. But if it's any kind of PPR, I'm going to go JSN. If it is standard, I will roll out Dell. So, and you told me PPR. So it's JSN. Play it safe. Just take the points and wait and see. I'm really hoping that Dell has his bounce back because I clearly didn't take into account the fact that he'd been shot in the offseason. I thought he would have been fully recovered from that. And just his injury has lingered longer than I expected, and then getting hurt has really set him back even more. So really hoping this week is a good week for him. It's a good matchup. So anytime, Andrew, happy to help. Always the goal. Yeah, he should be. Again, his issue really is the second half. So if the Seahawks can put it to him, would just make it easier. And you're welcome, Tanner. So best of luck. Any other questions, please ask. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Here's our lineup of shows. Monday, got the waiver wire. Wednesday, we do roster of the people where we just talk nonsense and I give you my starts of the week. Then today, clearly, TNF. Confident. Depends on what you think that is. I think he will be fine. I have him as a top 15 quarterback, but he is at the low end of that. I have him at 14 currently. So I don't love it because Walker has really shown to just be somebody who's good at getting into the end zone. And has made me gun shy on trusting it. I know Smith has been fine, but nervous he's going to be able to run it in. So that hurts Gino. Welcome, Dan. What to do with Olave? Well, we talked about this all last night. You can go back and watch the show, but at this point, you're kind of having to either hold or sell it for pennies on a dollar. That trade is going to be brutal for you, more than likely. So currently, I am in that same boat. I was high on Olave. I thought for sure he'd have a lot of upside, and it hasn't happened yet. So until I see how he does with Rattler, I'm hoping he has a big game and people will get that he's good. But currently, I am trying to move him the best I can, but not having a whole lot of luck. So just unfortunately how it goes sometimes. Jared, welcome in, Gino or Fields. It's going to be Gino, mostly because I'm nervous that they might actually bench Fields because they aren't able to score, and Russell Wilson has logged 2 full practices in a row, and seems to be improving, which just terrifies me. So with that just hanging over him, I'm going to go with Gino. I don't love it. Brought it up yesterday and earlier today. I much prefer Caleb Williams to both of these options. If you are chasing upside, Daniel Jones, widely available. Cousins, I think, again, is another safe play, especially with Bijan Robinson dealing with injury, popping up on the injury report today. And so, yeah, there's a lot of other options that I'd be looking at. Hey, and again, we have this Discord. All right, a lot of great options there. You can join it. Link is in the show notes, but makes it easy. We can help you find other options. Of these two, though, I'm going to roll out Geno. And since it's kind of a short time and you probably don't want to or can't post your other options from the waiver wire, got to roll with it. Ooh. Oh, that was 19 minutes ago. Christian McCaffrey targeting early November return. That's 3 weeks away. Oof. Of course. Good luck, Jared. All right. Talked about that. Falcons are -6. That's another interesting one. Because I think the Panthers could cause some issues. The over-under is 46.5. I think the one that you want to hit an over for sure. I am the Bengals versus the Giants. 47.5 is what I'm targeting for a bet. Daniel, yes, we told you that yesterday. People that are coming back that you need to start looking at getting rid of include, well, Mason is one. Honestly, if you can get rid of Ty Chandler with Aaron Jones being on bye and potentially dealing with injury, that'd be another good one to move. Chuba Hubbard probably has a big return with Jonathan Brooks lingering. And Jerome Ford would be the last one. So that's kind of where I'd be looking. Bradley, it's going to be Williams for me. A lot of upside. I think the game script is also going to favor him quite a bit. We kind of saw him get into nice rhythm last week. Jaguars aren't any better. And, I mean, it's going to be him playing overseas. So I'm kind of curious to see how that affects him. I think there's a lot of benefit for Caleb to be able to be a rookie and not have the pressures that would normally come with that. So going over to London, where it's not a home stadium and there's not a lot of pressure on you, makes it easier. Yeah. Your other option is to try and trade for CMC. But I would be selling Mason, probably adding a piece and trying to get a better RB or a wide receiver from the person who is the CMC manager, or I mean, really with that, you're targeting those people who have the players that are coming back. So it's tough right now. Trying to think of other ones. I mean, Sermon. If you have a Sermon right now, I'd be trying to get rid of that. It does look like, granted, he didn't practice Wednesday, but was back at practice today. And Sermon had a majority of that work. And I still think Taylor is probably 1, if not 2 weeks away, not including this week. So, all right. Well, don't see any more questions. If you have them, please ask. Always the point. Always here to help the best I can. Guys, haven't already, like and subscribe. Of course, all of our shows. Mason and Vishal are going to be back tomorrow to help you get locked in, help you make some cash with their bets on the week. Mason's still on the heater, continuing to roll through it. Or you can, as always, join the Discord. He gives his picks there as well and helps you pay for it. Yeah, that makes it easy. What up, Straight? Cash homie. Welcome, man. JSN or Jacoby? That's close. Just because I think Myers is more likely to score, makes me lean that direction. And in the end zone, that's who literally Myers' only touchdown came from Aiden O'Connell, who's now the starter for the Raiders. So I'm going to go Jacoby, but yeah, it's close just because I do think Myers score boosts him ahead of him. I know. I get it. I just I thought that Kelsey would score, and he didn't. I mean, that was my big bet for Sunday is that, birthday boy, getting the ball in the end zone makes the most sense. Nope, didn't happen. Chiefs couldn't get it done. So maybe Geno has better luck because it's a Monday, but brutal. Not a fan. Don't like it. Hard pass. That's not true. Again, top 15 quarterback. It's just not what I'm wanting. All right. Well, I don't see any other questions. Appreciate you all coming to watch. As always, love it. Again, was talking about it tomorrow. Locked in, get some money. They always have good bets. Always appreciate them doing that work. And then I will be back on Sunday, 12 p.m. in Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. That'd make it 9 a.m. Pacific. So I am not, however, waking up for the London game. That's not true. I will answer questions on Fantasy Life app, probably if I'm up before that game, but more often than not, I usually sleep through that. So remember that game Sunday morning, bright and early, 8:30. So gotta have your Bears and Jaguars either set and ready to play or know what the news is the night before. You have to pay attention to it. Because it will be important. So, all right. With that in mind, I hope you all enjoy your Thursday night football. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, y'all, have a good week and keep up